We need to get milk. Maybe I will go later today. Good morning. Morning, everybody. How are you all today? That was interesting. I don't really know what I was doing there. Morning, morning, morning.
I almost walked over and gave you a hug. That would be bad.
Honestly, they probably wouldn't have seen much because they can only see right here because of how close I am to the camera, so they would have just seen your arm. Like, come here, give me your arm. Other arm. Come to right here. Come here.
What's happening?
I'm showing you how you can hug without being seen.
I don't want to hug over there.
You can't be seen.
No, that's not how I want to hug.
Okay, well, I was going to show you how it can work. Hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you all this fine sunny morning? The sun has returned to us, as you can see here. There was a day
Too
of...
much sun. Bring back the
You're on your way
rain
to
so
the
I can
airport
sleep in.
again? Where are you going this time? And also, Shelley, I have to tell you, it's New York City. There's no such thing as unexpected traffic. It can't be unexpected. It's New York.
It's traffic.
It's just traffic.
Like, when we go on the 405 here, we don't expect it. We're like, oh, it's the 405 doing 405 stuff.
That's right. My sister just sent me the funniest thing. Have you noticed with the... Yes, my nails grow so fast compared to how they used to. It's wild. I hope my hair is also growing faster, but I don't know because I have curly hair, and the problem is you don't really notice length and curly hair until it's straightened, and I haven't straightened my hair in literally months. So I'm not sure if my hair is really growing because it's too curly to really know. Catherine sent me, before I got on book club, Catherine sent me 2 pictures, and she said, I had a horrible realization of what I have become. And I was like, what? And it was a picture of her with her hair up like this and her glasses and what she was wearing. And then also a picture of Jeanette from the Chipettes looking exactly the same. And I was like, excellent, perfect, you did a great job. This is a good look for you. And she responded and she said, no, Sasha, I was going for a nice Regency era look, but instead I looked like a high-pitched punk rocker. That was hilarious. She's so funny. Oh, God. She speaks right to my brand of humor. That crazy kid. Hello? Is the hug you want?
You have a knife in your hand.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
No, don't say that. I'll take that with your hand.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a butter knife. Don't. It's a butter knife. I'm using it to stir because for some reason this batch of collagen isn't dissolving naturally as well as the last batch did. So I've had to stir this batch. Usually the hot coffee was enough to do it on its own. But lately I've been stirring. Yeah, it is strange, right? Your book will be there Monday. It's not coming to you till Monday? Oh, that book. Oh, thank you. Does it mix with a cold beverage? Honestly, I've never tried, Tressa, but probably if you have a frother, I would guess. I don't actually know, though. I've never tried. I've only ever put it with hot things. People put it in smoothies, though. So you don't need to dye your arm from your... Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Liz. I was really getting worried. Whew, it was scary. Hey, Michael. Well, see, Liz was sending me a book, and she was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to mail it today, a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, no worries, no rush, and she was like, no, you have to give me a rush, because if there's no rush, then I'll never get it done. I need to be rushed. And I was like, okay, oh my gosh, if you don't send it right now, we're not going to be friends anymore. And then I said that, and she was like, wow, that seems really dramatic. And I was like, you told me to rush you. So she sent the book. To rush. Well, you know, she asked for it. I initially started with no rush. That's That's what I said, but no rush. And then she demanded that I rush her, so I rushed her. That was the story. That's what happened. She needed the threat. Yeah, that's right. See, I didn't have anything to do with it. It was her desire to be threatened. Yeah.
They're all asking for it, aren't they? That's your whole thing, right?
Yeah, I do it for the people. That's right. Also, I just got a message from my cousin whose son I sponsored in a school like thing or whatever, and if they got to their goal, they would get a whole bunch of prizes or whatever. And one of the things they would get to do if they reached their classroom goal, not the school goal, was that they get to silly string their teacher. And she just sent me a video. I'm gonna watch it after this. That says, "Thank you for your help. They got to silly string the teacher."
That's cute.
He did get the hug, and I did get the hug, but the problem was he claimed that I was attempting some kind of awful situation. No,
You were.
What a word.
You did pick up the knife first.
It was a butter knife. What am I gonna do to you with a butter knife?
It's gonna hurt a lot more, I'll tell you that much.
I don't know about more.
I feel like one object.
Do you want to see something amazing, so cool?
What?
Come here, I can't move. Just come, look.
What?
Do you see the prism on the wall? It's from my ring.
That's fun.
Look
So
at that
sparkly.
one. Yeah, but whoa.
So
Ooh,
sparkly.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, you're pocket.
It's neat though, but I wanted to point out that one.
Oh, that's
The main one. Yeah.
reflection.
Wow.
I go back and go like up. Wow, it like really.
It's so rainbow on the wall.
They can't see it.
No, they can't. I could show them. Can you guys see it? Maybe not. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. Wall rainbows. Anyway, one time when we were little, my sister tried to kill me with a butter knife also. She wanted to play Beauty and the Beast, and she said, "You be the Beast, I'll be Gaston." And I was like, "This is terrible, but also at least I'm the good guy."
Wait. The Beast isn't a good guy.
Yaha!
In what reality? is
Compared
the
to
Beast-
Gaston?
Gaston's saving everybody.
What? Get out.
A big Gaston fan.
No. We don't have Gaston fans in this house.
Here's the thing.
I'm
I
here.
agree, Gaston's a bad guy.
Yes.
The Beast is a very bad guy.
Okay, well, given the opportunity to be one of the two, I'm glad she chose that I got to be the Beast and not Gaston.
Oh, sure, I mean, whatever with that. But the point is, somebody should have tried to kill the Beast long before Belle got there and saved all those poor people that were turned into clocks. And
Jen says you're a Gaston apologist.
I'm not an apologist for him for many reasons. He's very dumb in lots of ways. The point is, that village should have killed the Beast long before Belle got trapped. He was a monster. He was. And a monarch, so, bring them all down.
Well, that's the problem. Secret Fiancé is anti-monarchs. All of them.
No, the problem is that, he was such a shit hero that everybody in his whole castle also got cursed.
Well, yeah, I did see a meme recently that was pretty funny. It was from the perspective of Lumiere and Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts, and it just said, "Imagine being turned into a toilet for 30 years because someone was a selfish brat."
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a day.
It is a violent start to book club. You're right. You're right. This is a very violent start to book club. Here, I made you a coffee, you apologist.
Apologist.
You are. You're a... Look at our beautiful monstera, you guys. Wow. So cute. So cute. Anyway, that's the story of what's going on, apparently. Wow. Y'all, it's Friday, which means a whole lot of things, including we get to go to another Taylor Swift Soul Cycle ride. Yay!
Not Taylor Swift.
What?
It's something else also.
Yeah, it's Taylor Swift and Casey Musgraves, but mostly Taylor Swift.
What's a Casey Musgrave?
She's a performer. Why can't I see you guys? I fixed it. There was weird lighting, and I had to change the lighting on my phone to be able to see. That was weird. I couldn't see the comments. They were very dark. What's a Casey Musgraves? He said, "Hi, if anyone's new here, I'm Sasha. This is book club, and I wrote a book called The Prince of Oregon. Maybe you want to buy it or read it on Kindle Unlimited or Kindle or whatever. Anyway, do that. This, however, is not The Prince of Oregon. This is The Land of Stories. Yes, everywhere except TikTok Shop. That's true. You got it yesterday, Libby? Oh, I hope you love it.
Do you?
I'm warming up from spaghetti for breakfast. Nice. Do I want a smoothie dance?
Yes.
Yeah, let's smoothie dance. Is everyone ready? Get your dances ready, guys. Put your dancing shoes on and get a hat. Oh no, man, no. Two different types of dances. You know, we've got like "Rah!" and then you've also got "Hello, my baby." Send me a kiss by wire, baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, and you'll be left alone, my baby. Telephone and tell me I'm your own.
I love it.
That's what came out of the smoothie dance.
I don't know how it's related.
Well, I was explaining to them that there are different types of dances that they could do.
Oh.
And one of them was like the "Hello, my baby" kind of dance with a hat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's how that came up.
It's classic.
Yeah.
The Charleston too.
And the little frog who does it. Yes, telephone did used to be a verb. That's right. It's weird. And all good things come from funny little frogs with a dancing cap. So anyway, that is the sitch. Let's read Land of Stories. Hey, everybody who is joining. We are reading chapter 17. It's called Worlds Collide.
Whoa, colliding.
And based on the picture right here, I would say we are going to continue to have some of our favorite characters, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. All right. Chapter 17, Worlds Collide. Within a few hours after the witches occupied Central Park, the number of U.S. Marines under General Wilson's command had doubled. The more and more were on their way from military bases around the country. The soldiers formed a line that stretched along Central Park's 6-mile perimeter, and snipers were repositioned on the balconies of penthouse apartments facing the park. There was no possible way that anyone could escape the park without going through the Marines, and not anything could get through Alex's magic shield. Oh, thank you. You know who else loves Outlander? My mom and my sister. They love Outlander. Love, love, love. That is their fave.
What's that to do with Outlander?
Someone on here said you should read Outlander.
Ah.
They had only seen the shield disappear once all night, but it had been reinstated so quickly that the Marines thought it was wisest to keep their distance. Unfortunately, General Wilson had positioned his soldiers in the wrong location. The witches still had several hours before their gingerbread army was finished baking. The real threat was approaching from behind the Marines, but by the time they saw it coming, it was already too late. "Sir, I have good news," a soldier reported to General Wilson. "What is it?" the general asked. "We've located Cornelia Grimm," the soldier replied. "She should be here within the hour." "Thank you, Sergeant," General Wilson said, "and I want to be notified the minute she arrives." Suddenly, Fifth Avenue started to rumble with the power of an earthquake. The Marines searched the streets to see what was causing the commotion, but didn't see anything out of the ordinary. However, the soldiers felt the tremor grow stronger and stronger the closer they walked to the New York Public Library. As they approached the library's front steps, a thunderous explosion prompted all the Marines to dive to the ground. They looked up and saw a massive pirate ship burst out of the library's roof and soar into the air. The ship was followed by a swarm of winged creatures, monkeys as far as they could tell. Once the sky was filled with the mysterious beasts, fleets of strange-shaped soldiers charged out of the library's damaged entrance with their swords and staffs raised above their head.
General Wilson, we're under attack again, shouted a Marine. What are your orders, sir? General Wilson watched in total shock as the literary characters emerged from the library. Apparently, the witches were just the prelude of a painfully long performance, and for the first time all night, the general doubted that they would make the curtain call. Sir, your orders? The Marine asked again. Pray, Sergeant, the general ordered. At this point, that's all we can do. As the sun rose over New York City, a floating processional of fictional proportions flew over the northern edge of New Jersey. An enormous spacecraft, a large blimp, a colorful jet, and a flying pirate ship transported Connor's family, friends, and characters towards the Empire State. We should start looking for a place to land, Charlotte said from inside the blimp. Look over there, it's Liberty Island. That's perfect. Emma-G gave her a thumbs up and gradually steered the blimp towards the lawn behind the Statue of Liberty. Once the Charlie Chaplin had landed safely, the Basque 8, the Dalai Lama, and the Ziblings jet joined it on the island. Charlotte, Bob, Trobella, the Tin Woodsman, and Lester rode aboard the blimp with Beau Rogers and Emma-G. Unfortunately, they also had to share it with Bones and all the mummies from the Pyramid of Anesthesia. After traveling across the country with the undead in a tight space, the smell was almost unbearable. Trobella yanked open the door and jumped out of the blimp before it came to a complete stop. Thank traveling heavens! Fresh air! She gasped. I don't think I'll ever get the stench of death out of my clothes. I smell like the Bree Monster's breath. The Basque 8 lowered its ramp and the Cyborg Queen rolled out of the spacecraft with Commander Neuters and the Cyborg soldiers following behind her. Captain Auburn Sally kicked down her ship's gangplank and she and Admiral Jacobson, their crew, the Merry Men, and the Rosary Chicken exited the Dalai Lama. The Blissworm's cocoon had been hung at the top of the mast beside the ship's flag. The Ziblings lowered the steps of their jet and the superheroes climbed down with Professor Wallet, Blue Bow, Peter Pan, and the Lost Boys. That was awesome! Toodles cheered. Can we ride the jet again? If you think that was fast, you should see the Zibling rocket that our dad is building, Bolt bragged. Riding the Zibling's jet made the Lost Boys euphoric, but Peter Pan looked like the saddest boy in the world. Peter, what's wrong? Professor Wallet asked. Oh, it's nothing, Peter said with a sigh. I just never thought that people would invent machines that could fly. I mean, it sort of defeats the purpose of me if everyone can do it. My dear boy, who do you think the rest of the world has been trying to catch up with all these years? Professor Wallet said with a twinkle in his eye. Once everyone had exited their various methods of transportation, Charlotte gathered Connor's binder of short stories, the Emerald Green Treasury, and the Portal Potion, and led the characters to the grassy field directly below the Statue of Liberty. They looked across the Hudson River at the island of Manhattan and could see smoke bellowing from somewhere in Midtown. After closer inspection, they could see the Jolly Roger and Flying Monkeys snaking through the city's skyscrapers. Oh no, Charlotte gasped. The literary army is already here. What should we do now? Bob asked. I'm trying to think, Charlotte said. Call me crazy, but I've never orchestrated a war before. The Emerald Green storybook suddenly started to glow in her hands. Charlotte dropped the book on the grass and it opened, shining a beam of light towards the sky. Oh, no worries, Mary, no worries. Froggy hopped out of the beam and looked around Liberty Island. His mouth dropped open at the sight of New York's skyline across the river and the Statue of Liberty towering above him. So this is the other world, he said in amazement. I can't imagine why the twins would ever leave a place like this. Froggy, how did you get here? Charlotte asked. The twins told me you were trapped in a magic mirror. Hello, Mrs. Gordon, he said. I'd love to stay and catch up, but it's urgent I speak with the twins. Do you know where they might be? Charlotte pointed to the New York skyline. Well, they're in there somewhere. Froggy looked towards Manhattan and noticed the smoke and flying monkeys and the Jolly Roger hovering above Midtown. The army's already arrived, he said. We're too late. You mean you're not alone? Charlotte asked. As soon as she asked the question, Charlotte had the answer. Mother Goose, Merlin, Arthur, and the Knights of the Round Table emerged from the beam of light in a straight line. Cornelius galloped out of the beam next with Rook on his back, followed by 7 members of the Fairy Council. Well, take a look at all these theatrics, Mother Goose said as she scanned the island. Are these the characters from kind of short stories, or am I back at Burning Man? Lester was overjoyed to see Mother Goose. He wrapped his wings around her, and the two embraced. Squawk, the gander said as he nuzzled his beak in her chin. I missed you too, Lester, Mother Goose said. Gosh, I leave you alone for a couple of weeks and the whole universe starts falling apart. You guys are a sight for sore eyes, Charlotte said. We could really use your help. New York City's under attack. The witches and the literary army have crossed into the other world. The witches? Emerald asked. What on earth are they doing in the other world? Well, I imagine the same thing as the literary army, Mother Goose said. Come on, Emeralda, you can't be that surprised. It's like the kids say, witch is gonna witch. They kidnapped Alex a week ago and have put her under some sort of spell, Charlotte informed them. Connor and his friends came to the city yesterday to find her, but we're not certain where any of them are. Before she was kidnapped, Alex helped Connor form an army of his short stories to fight the literary army, but I'm not exactly qualified to lead them. If there was ever a moment where someone with natural leadership skills would be of use, this was it. Arthur looked at Merlin, and the wizard nodded. It was the young king's time to shine. Arthur scaled the side of the Statue of Liberty's platform and whistled down to get everyone's attention. Everyone, listen up, he said. We've got people to find and an army to defeat. We'll accomplish neither of these things if we just stand around scratching our heads. So first things first, Lester, I want you to do a lap around the city and see if you can spot either Alex or her brother. Come back to us the moment that you see something. Lester saluted the young king and took off. As for the rest of you, we'll need to split up into 4 teams, Arthur instructed. Team 1 will go look after the witches. Team 2 will face Captain Hook and his pirates. Team 3 will confront the Wicked Witch and the Winkies and the Flying Monkeys. And Team 4 will track down the Queen of Hearts and her card soldiers. All the characters were confused. None of them had the slightest clue who this bossy young man was. Excuse me, but who do you think you are? The King of England? Robin Hood asked. That's exactly who he is, Mother Goose announced. Everyone meet King Arthur. He just pulled the sword out of the stone back in Camelot. Oh, Robin Hood said. In that case, carry on. Arthur let the disrespect roll off his back and dived into planning mode. Before we storm the city, it's crucial we know how to defeat the villains that we are up against, he said. Does anyone know how to defeat Captain Hook or the Queen of Hearts or the Wicked Witch? Liberty Island was completely silent as everyone thought about it. The Lost Boys, Blue Bow, and the Tin Woodsman had always dreamed about destroying the villains from their home worlds, but none of them knew actually how to go about it. Gosh, it's been so long since I read those books, Charlotte said. Oh, I know, Bob announced. Wait, never mind. That was how they did it in the movie, not the book. Sorry. Oh, come on now, Arthur said encouragingly. There's going to be someone who knows something about their weaknesses. To the rest of the crew's supplies, Catfish Kate raised her hand. Mr. Bailey knew how to defeat Smoking Sail Sam, the pirate said. I bet he would know exactly how to defeat Captain Hook, the Queen of Hearts, and the Wicked Witch. You idiot, High Tide Tabitha said. That's because Smoking Sail Sam was Mr. Bailey's character. The captain, the queen, and the witch aren't his creations. Well then, who is their creator? Arthur asked. We must speak to him immediately. You can't, Bob said. James M. Barrie, Lewis Carroll, and Frank Baum have all been dead for decades. Charlotte didn't want to give up just yet, so she imagined what Alex or Connor would do to get the answers that they needed. Her eyes were drawn to the binder of short stories and a flask of portal potion in her hand. Wait a second, she said. Maybe it is possible to speak to them. If we wrote a story where the authors came back to life, we could use the portal potion to enter their stories and ask them how to defeat their characters. Holy Marie Shelley, Mother Goose said. That's both brilliant and immortal, just like me. I'm more than willing to break some mortality clauses if it means saving the world, Charlotte said. Who's got a pen? Beau Rogers handed Charlotte a pen from inside his leather jacket. She sat on the ground and quickly jotted down the story she had in mind on a blank page of Connor's binder. Once she was finished, Charlotte poured a few drops of the portal potion onto the story and a beam of light shot out from it. Well, here goes nothing, she said. Charlotte stepped through the beam and entered a bright and endless space. The words from her story floated in the air all around her. She watched in wonder as the words stretched and gained color and texture, and soon Charlotte found herself in a dark room with 3 empty chairs. The words James M. Barrie, Lewis Carroll, and L. Frank Baum slowly transformed into the men described, and the authors materialized before her eyes. "Hello, gentlemen," Charlotte said. "We need to talk." Wild. So fun. I love that they're all converging here at the end. This is very exciting. And I was also thinking, maybe if we finish this book before I leave I'll upload it today, Tiffany, before I leave for the trip. I do have the book that Liz sent me that's like the encyclopedia, and we can start like reading about some of the characters. That'll be really fun for us to do. And we can start doing like a little bit of that in between different things, just as like a little like palate cleanser. Super pumped that Mother Goose is back. I love her. Love her. That's exciting. Guys, we're so close. We have been reading this series for almost a year now. I think I picked up the first book in the series in March last year at that little library. Does anyone remember? Was it March? Maybe it was March or April. But we've been going through this series for, yeah, we are. We're like savoring the end of it because we love it so much, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's so beautiful. It was definitely spring, Tiffany. It was definitely spring. Very exciting all around. As long as I have energy later, I'll be on to make not only base slime, but I need to make 2 or 3 more slimes today. So I will be on later to do that. I did orders yesterday instead of making slime, but now that I have the empty bins cleaned, I will make slime today. I don't, Tiffany. I actually don't. Side note, your note in your book made me cry. Aw, you mean in your mom's book or in your book? Because I did 3 for you, obviously, friend and your mom. So I will see you all later. I hope you have a great day until then. I'm gonna go do work and then go to the Taylor Swift ride and then come back. I did answer your email, Mary. Yeah, I did. I responded, I think yesterday. Mary, I don't have any slime in stock right now to answer your question. I'm not gonna have Easter baskets this year because I just don't have time before March 29th, but the book is in stock on my webpage. If you go to theprinceoforegon.com or Rainbow Slime Girl, it's on both of them. But if you go to theprinceoforegon.com, there's a little book that says buy my book, and it has all the different ways you can buy it. And if you click on them, it'll take you directly to the page that you need to go to, depending on which version you want, you know. So yeah, that is what will happen for the book. We will have some little mini slimes before Easter, but we won't have baskets this year. I know the baskets are really cute, but Easter snuck up on me this year. It's too early. March 29th is really early for Easter, in my opinion. I don't like it. Also, I posted a video right before I came on live. If you guys didn't see yesterday's series, way too early for what, Amanda? Way too early for what? If you didn't see yesterday's series today, I was thinking I would do the clear glue version of that series if you guys want. Oh, for Easter? Oh, I agree. Oh, it's wild. But today I'm making the Marshmallow Peeps clouds for the Easter basket, for people to put in their Easter baskets. Yeah. Anyway, that's the whole kit and caboodle. I'll see you all later. Have a great day.